Peace, 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 love, and prosperity. Peace, love, and prosperity. Um, Man, I really miss making these videos. I really, really do. I mean, I want to make more of them more often, but I've been doing a lot of studying and just a lot of putting my head into the books, and let's not even say the books, really, because most of my books are downloaded, so they have been in the computer. But yeah, there's plenty of information to speak on and talk about. It's time to just kind of start making these videos again and to make them brief as I possibly can, because it's just so much information and I can just pass them out over time. I don't have to really do everything in one video because sometimes it can be overpowering. So without further ado, let's talk about the current state. The current state of our existence. All right, there's a lot of things that we don't know that I wish I would have known growing up and going to school for these 12 years that I was trained into someone else's indoctrination in theories. We're gonna call them theories because, you know, there's people out here that can make some mistakes on what they believe in. Unfortunately, your belief cannot be the truth. Doesn't always mean it's the truth. It's your belief and what you may think it is. If you ever want to find out the truth is always written on your heart. And you ask your heart for the truth if you want to put two and two together with science. You still have your common sense, you know. You need to know that you have that. With that being said, a lot of us don't understand what's going on, and it's time to detox. It is time to cleanse your body. If you've never cleansed your body, it is time to cleanse it. There is a such thing that is called hyperinflammation, which is basically what Dr. CB said is mucus. Hyperinflammation, which is mucus. Every time you eat meat, hyperinflammation. Every time you put complex sugars in your body, starchy vegetables that are grown underground as complex sugars, it's going to cause hyperinflammation. And then dairy, moldy cheese and mold and stuff, hyperinflammation. Okay? We are in a time where your body, being in its acidic state, it will be very hard to fight off the hyperinflammation because of the environment that is electrical. So we have to understand two things. All of your life have always been in an electrical environment, an energy environment. Everything around you is energy. The air you breathe, the prana, is energy. Breathing in that good ass prana, baby. Everything that is around you is energy. Your car, everything is made up of energy. We have to know this. It's been taught to us. It is written in our energy, in our hearts, which is where our energy is where our body comes to life. Or where is it? That medulla. Right here. Okay? It also spreads to here. But that central nervous system connects everything. And right now, many people's central nervous system is compromised. It's compromised. You are in bad shape. Plain and simple. There's no other way to put that. We're in bad shape. We don't know things that goes on inside our bodies. It takes time. It doesn't happen overnight. Some people it does, but it takes time. Just think about all the vaccines that you have gotten when you were a child, or a child basically, and think about all the so-called diseases that you had gotten around that time as well. And if you think that's okay, that you got a vaccination and then you turn around and you caught the chicken pox or the measles or whatever. I haven't heard anybody having tuberculosis personally, but millions of people die from tuberculosis every year. What is tuberculosis? Have anybody ever researched that? And I mean do a deep research. Don't just go pull up one definition. No, you have to go deep diving into what is tuberculosis. Where did it come from? Because many theories say they don't know where it come from. Well, yes, they do. We're dealing with people that study, and research, and experiment. If we know about the smallpox experiment that happened a long time ago, ask yourself this question: when did that ever stop? Where did smallpox go? Was it eradicated, or did the name change? Because if you look up herpes vertidae, I believe that's how you pronounce that, herpes vertidae family. If you look up that, you will see that is no different than having smallpox, because just about every element that we know that come to us comes out of this particular family. Everything from the fever, the common cold, the flu, meningitis, chickenpox, simplex 1 and 2, HPV, multiple sclerosis, let's go down the line. Parkinson's, Alice in Wonderland disease. Might as well throw measles in there. Tuberculosis, part of it as well. And they have known to come from animals. So here's one or two things if they're coming from animals. All right, one or two things we have to think about this and ask ourselves this question: how long has people been getting sick and been having these problems? Well, we know that Hippocrates was healing people long before Jesus, years before Jesus, right? And if he was healing people with plants, that means people have been going through this for a very, very long time, off and on. So why are they going through this? Because of the things that they're ingesting into their body, and they're no longer ingesting and living off of the earth, where the earth breathes the life into the body, where your body comes from. You're eating things that your body can't digest on the daily basis properly. So you're eating meat, and it can take a week or two before meat, depending on what meat you're eating, digests. You have a problem, right? Lamb is worse than pork, but people think that they can go and eat lamb and they're cool. No, lamb is worse than pork. I'm sorry that you had to hear that. I know you might like it, but think about it. Let me tell you this. I thought pork chops was tough. Lamb is tougher than pork chops. So, which one you think is going to digest first? I'm going to say neither. That's just how I put it down. I'm going to say neither. I don't think neither one is going to digest properly at all. Because if you're not chewing your food properly, we don't chew our food properly, for one. And if we did chew, our food properly. Let's say if you chew your chicken, your fish, and all other types of meat properly, you would not enjoy that shit at all. Because for one, your jaw is gonna get tired. Your teeth is gonna hurt more. Okay? Because you're not getting the proper nutrients. So it's gonna start fucking with your teeth. I went to Fogo de Chao one time, and I said I'll never go back because there was so much tough meat that they were bringing to the table. I'm like, how in the fuck can anyone say that this shit is good? It's not. It's not. My fucking teeth was hurting the next day. I'm like trying to chew that fucking tough bullshit. It's not good. So I've experienced a lot over the past year. Because I went to Fogo de Chao back in March of last year. Before I changed my diet, I went to experience the last time of eating this bullshit. Okay? And I knew right then and there, like, okay, that was a wrap for me. I knew right then and there I didn't want to eat anything else that came from that fucking place. Okay? And then it's been a year now since I've been on my journey, and I'm sticking to it. I'm definitely sticking to it. It's been the best year of my life. More energized. I've been getting close and staying connected with my guardian angels, my ancestors. I just love that Defender. I'm so caught up in the beauty of it. That new Defender is like hot. Now I'm just kind of almost thinking that I want to, I'm sorry, I'm getting off the subject. It's between the AMG G-Wagon or that Defender. That Defender is kind of hot. You know what? My bad. I'm sorry. The Tesla truck pickup. You guys haven't seen that one yet, but it's either one of those. Just know that that's happening. But back to the subject at hand. A lot of us are going through problems that we don't understand. So, starch starts fibroids in women, okay? Women that get boils under their arms, aluminum in your deodorant and in your body care products. So it's time to start getting more natural. I have a good friend that creates a natural soap. I haven't listed that yet, but I will. And man, we got to get to the ball of creating. Whether we come together and push someone else's creation because you know how to market, we got to start helping each other and building our own communities. That to the best thing that we know how to do, and that's unify and be with ourselves. We're like the only group of people that we're together but not together. We love to move around each other, but we're not together when we're around each other. We move around each other to talk about each other. The craziest shit I've ever fucking seen in my entire life, and I'm tired of it. I'm sick and tired of it. So we gotta grow the fuck up around here. We gotta stop playing these games. So yeah. Peace, love, and prosperity to you guys. I'm gonna, like I said, I'm gonna make these videos either 10 to 15 minutes, just about at the 15-minute mark. There's a lot to talk about, a lot to cover and go over, a lot of information. I just have to start putting this together into a presentation properly because I'm not good at that, but that don't mean that I can't do it. You know what I'm saying? But it's one thing that we also have to stop saying is that we have to stop saying we can't, because if you say you can't, then you